Ever wonder what happens when your roommate's freeloading ex thinks he can squat in your apartment forever? My roommate Jenny's boyfriend Mike had been temporarily crashing at our 2-bedroom apartment for what was supposed to be just a few days back in January. By September, this man had basically moved in without paying a single dollar in rent, utilities, or even groceries. I'm working 2 jobs, morning shifts at a coffee shop and night shifts at a restaurant, to afford my half of a $2,400 monthly rent in downtown Chicago, while this guy sleeps until 2 p.m., eats the organic groceries I specifically labeled with my name in bright red tape, and has somehow claimed the entire living room as his personal gaming setup, complete with a 65-inch TV he convinced Jenny to buy for them. The disrespect was next level. He'd leave dirty dishes in the sink for days, blast his music during my study sessions, bring random friends over without asking, and even started giving out our spare key to people. Our electricity bill tripled because he was always running the AC and gaming all night. The final straw came when I found him in my bed one afternoon because the couch was too lumpy for his back problems. When I confronted him, he literally said, "Chill." Jenny said it was cool. Jenny was at work pulling a double shift. She had no idea he was violating my personal space. But here's where it gets really rich. When Jenny finally dumped him after catching him sliding into her 19-year-old sister's DMs with messages like, "You're so much more mature than girls your age," Mike had the absolute audacity to ask if he could stay just 2 more weeks while he figured out his living situation. Jenny, being the sweetheart she is, felt guilty about the breakup and said yes. 2 weeks turned into 3, then 4. By week 5, this man was bringing dates over, cooking elaborate steak dinners with our groceries, using our Netflix account for romantic movie nights, and even gave his Tinder matches our Wi-Fi password so they could Netflix and chill in our living room while Jenny and I hid in our bedrooms. The breaking point was when I came home from my night shift at 7 a.m. to find him and some random girl passed out on our couch with pizza boxes and beer cans everywhere. There were also candles burned down to nothing, my good candles from Bath & Body Works that cost $30 each. That's when I remembered something crucial. I'm the only one whose name is actually on the lease agreement. Jenny's just a subletter through me and Mike. Well, Mike legally doesn't exist here according to any official documentation. So I did what any reasonable sleep-deprived person would do after finding strangers in their home drinking their birthday beer. I called our landlord, Mr. Choi. "Hi, Mr. Choi. It's about apartment 4B. I need to schedule an immediate inspection. We might have a serious unauthorized tenant situation that's been going on for months." The next morning, Mike comes waltzing in at 7 a.m. with his newest conquest, some girl he'd apparently told he basically owns this sick downtown apartment and was showing off like he was some kind of successful businessman who could afford luxury living. I knocked on his door at exactly 8 a.m. sharp with Mr. Choi, who showed up in a full 3-piece suit carrying a clipboard. "Mike, this is Mr. Choi, our landlord. He'd like to discuss your lease application, your current residential status, and the multiple housing code violations that have been reported." The look on Mike's face was absolutely priceless. Color completely drained from his cheeks as he realized he'd been living here illegally for almost 9 months. Mr. Choi started rattling off housing codes, lease violations, and potential legal consequences while Mike just stood there in his boxers, stammering about how this was all a misunderstanding and temporary. His date? She quietly grabbed her designer purse and slipped out the back door when she realized her successful businessman was actually a homeless deadbeat who'd been lying about literally everything. Mr. Choi gave him exactly 24 hours to remove all his belongings or face formal eviction proceedings that would go on his permanent record forever. The girl he'd been trying to impress? She blocked him on everything and apparently told her friends because his dating app matches dried up completely. Last I heard, he's sleeping on his mom's couch in the suburbs and she's charging him rent.